or the real war gamer, Rebel Yell. Small unit tactics, the American Civil War. Okay, so one adjustment and a comment. I was wondering how these Union units pulled back so easily. I pulled them all the way back to here. They took a bunch of en passant fire, but that's about it. But no, I forgot. These Confederates are disrupted. So actually, I guess I'll leave that off because I'm going to talk about disrupted stacks in a minute. When the disrupted units still have a ZOC. So when these guys move from this hex in this unit's EZOC to this unit, actually it wouldn't even matter. No, it doesn't even matter that it's the same unit. They move from an EZOC to another EZOC hex. Guess that's redundant, huh? They have to stop. They're not moving any further. So I think they can turn back around, so I adjusted the facing that I wanted, but they're not moving any further than that. And it wouldn't be any different if they moved here, because they would still be EZOC to EZOC. They would be done. Only routed units don't have a zone of control. Okay. Now, here, about disrupted stacks, I want to comment on something. Basically, earlier I was wondering, I specifically asked what happens when another unit, I'm grabbing this company here, another unit moves on to, well, let's say this. So you put the disrupted marker on the stack, the entire stack is disrupted. So what happens when you move a good order unit onto that stack? Because stack order matters. And I'm pretty sure I found it later in the rules. Yeah, so it's understandable that a beginning player like me, way back in Module 1, would wonder what happens. But it does come later. It comes later. It comes much later in Module 4. But that's okay. It's here. It's very clear. Morale effects of entering a friendly occupied hex. So let me start over. Units may, so this unit is back here. Units may enter a hex occupied by friendly, disrupted, or routed units with the following effects. As a matter of fact, we'll go through them. We'll say that these guys are routed like that. So, when entering a disrupted unit's hex, disrupt the moving unit and route the disrupted unit. These all struck me as fairly drastic, so keep your units separate. So when entering a disrupted unit's hex, boom, boom. I guess they're saying that unit that moved on is now disrupted, and the other ones route like that. When entering a routed unit's hex, I guess I can take that off. When entering a routed unit's hex, disrupt the moving unit. That's that one. Disrupt the moving unit. Like that. Route the When entering a routed unit's hex, disrupt the moving unit. Route the Okay. This isn't as clear as I thought it was. Route the disrupted unit and give 1 O hit to the routing unit. Then they have one moving a disrupted unit into the hex of a routed or disrupted unit. Treat the non-moving units as above and route and give 1 O hit to the moving unit. Well, okay. not quite as clear as I thought, but doesn't matter. It's all, the rules do address it quite specifically. And the bottom line is I don't think you want to do it. So don't take your good order units and move them on to disrupted or routed units. But it is all spelled out there. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to pull this unit back. Yeah, he won't be able to go farther than here because again this is a mirror image of what happened over here. So he's moved from EZOC to EZOC. He'll stop, but he's going to take en passant fire from all of these guys. Yep. Okay. So we'll see what happens, see what the end result is. Okay, certainly one would not expect a unit to be able to pull back like this without without paying a big price. So this is what happened. Let me first of all put these guys back together. So they all got their advanced fire markers on them for doing en passant fire, and these are the results in order, right? So the stack there is already disrupted. They got a disrupted result, which if the, let me pull the stack out here. So if the stack is already disrupted and they get a D result, then it's not a D result, it's a 1 result. So let's take, oh okay, they didn't have any losses yet. So the top unit takes a 1-0 hit, they're still disrupted. The next, they got another disrupted result, which means I think another 1-0 hit. So now we're up to 2 0 hits. And finally, they got a straight 1, which I guess now means it eliminates. We have our first out-and-out loss. So I'm going to put that in the destroyed units box. I guess that's what I'm supposed to do. Not sure about that. So they lost a whole company. And that all seems about right. So I think they can pull. Question is, well, they're already disrupted. Oh. No, that is not enough. I think at least that last straight 1. Oh, here we go again too. The last straight 1 eliminated the unit. I had this question before, which, yeah, I haven't really resolved it. Do the remaining units have to make that organization check? And I'm going to do that. So I guess it's the next unit there. Oh, they pass, actually. Yeah, okay, so they passed. Okay. So I'll leave them like that. So I think that was, I'll say that that was maybe at least mostly correct. So I adjusted the lines. This is 1 regiment and 2 regiments for the Confederates. As they closed in the gap here, they took advanced fire from the Union. I don't think there were any results. No, I don't think there were. The forces are too battered up, I think. The only other thing to mention is that on the Confederate side, I adjusted the order, the stacking order. Basically, I put the units with hits on the bottom. And I am assuming for now, I mean, you're only allowed to do that once per action segment. This is a P2 or Confederate action segment, so I did that. But I was not treating, the way I'm assuming is I can adjust once at any time within the action segment, once and only once, and that by itself doesn't constitute anything, doesn't constitute an action, doesn't constitute movement. So for example, I was like this unit here, I adjusted the stacking if I remember correctly, and I changed facing. This stack, I believe I changed the stacking order. Oh, I'm sorry, you can't, no, not this unit. You can't change stacking order inside an enemy Zoc. So this one, I should not have. This one, I think I only did, nope, I wasn't paying attention. Nope, I'm going to put it back. Cannot change stacking order in the enemy Zoc. So I put the unit with the O-hit back on top. They did change facing though. This stack was back here, and I changed the order first, then I moved forward and survived advanced fire. So let me make sure, double check that that's correct, and yes, that is what I did. So now the unit with the O-hit is on the bottom. Ooh, I didn't even notice I was going into woods, and I think I went up a level too. Huh, okay. And similarly on the other side. So the point being that I am assuming that I can adjust that stacking order once per action segment, not in an enemy Zoc. And again, I can adjust and then do something else. I could adjust and then fire, I could adjust and then move, I could adjust and then rally. Oh, and that makes a difference too. Because if I'm testing with the top unit, I think I did that here somewhere. I do the stack adjustment first to put the unit with the hit at the bottom, so that then I do rally, which means that I'm using a fresh unit on top to test to recover for the whole stack. So I assume all that's correct. I guess with more experience and getting into the future modules, maybe I'll find I did that wrong, but that is what I did. So now this is the P2 action segment. So I think at the very end, as a matter of fact, I'll double check. I believe at the end of this one, I'm going to remove all the Confederate advanced fire markers. Something to remember, by the way, is that it's at the end of every friendly action and small arms fire segment. So this is a friendly action segment. Wow, this game is great. So I'm removing all of those. Okay.